Happy time zone, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. Welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Great to have you with us this Thursday in some parts, Wednesday in others. It's way too late for me to be working out time zones, chat. You can figure it out yourself. Today we got some more Zelda 2 randomizer action for you with this Upstarts tournament semifinals matchup between Chadbert and Valence. Both of these runners looking to punch their entry ticket to the grand finals later on. This should be a good one. On track and duties today, we have JLo7, and without further ado, I'm going to shut up and leave things in the hands of your wonderful commentator, Mirai.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Chadbert versus Valence semifinals match. This is going to be very exciting. We had these runners they were part of the top 8 that made it to the brackets here in the Upstarts tournament for Zelda 2 Randomizer. And the previous races for these two were very exciting. We had Chadbert and Shaddy. Chadbert being the top seed heading into the brackets here, and Shaddy was the bottom seed. But there was a very trolly set of biomes and connections from continent to continent that took our runners quite a bit of time to figure out. And it almost looked like it was going to cost Chadbert potentially the race to keep Shaddy in it there. Similar thing happened on Valence versus Zen Arcane, just happened last week. But that race between those two was determined by less than 1 minute of finish time there. So that was another great race to watch. So hopefully tonight we've got just keep racking them up here. These great races. Hopefully we'll have just one more here. And we'll be started shortly. This is, as we have been talking about every single one of these races. If you're not familiar with the Upstarts tournament, it is the beginner, new player, new to Z2R, and or haven't made it into brackets in earlier tournament. And that is for just everyone who, it's all the newer runners, less experienced. They don't have to compete against any of the great runners that Z2R has, any experienced runners or anything like that. Slightly easier flag set, very easy flag set to start out that evolved over 6 weeks of asynchronous races. We did some VOD restreams for those 6 weeks. If you need links to those, come check out the Z2R Discord where you can hook you up with those. And here we are in brackets, and these are the live races, and our runners, again, still pretty new to Z2R. They probably a little nervous to be on a restream, but that's part of the game, right? That's part of the game. Live restream, a little bit of anxiety, nervousness, sweaty palms. It's all good. Here we go. We do start with the candle, of course. That is something that started in the very first flag set and has stuck with us all this time. Looks like we could be in a mountainous biome here. We've got 2 caves and a palace. Looks like P5 right next to start. We have a Big Slamoo here with us. Wow, just slide in secretly. Big Slamoo, how we doing?
Hey, I heard the community didn't trust you running solo on the semifinal, so I figured I'd jump in and cheer these guys out alongside you.
That is fake news if I ever heard any. We're getting Slamoo in here. I'm waiting for some. This is going to be good right now. So is this your first comms for Z2R?
This is far from my first comms for Z2R.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, back when the races used to run at 2 a.m. all the time, I was all over.
Oh my god, that's way before my time. Anyway, welcome in. Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, technically, don't you almost qualify for this Upstarts tournament, or
almost? Yeah, almost. I've been doing so poorly lately. You never know.
I would say I almost beat you with a crying baby on my chest the other night.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, exactly.
Back to these guys. It looks like Chadbert took life 2 early, which is really good in this flag set right there. These guys are used to having basically a life bar of a tank, and we've slowly taken away from them over the last 6 weeks. So these enemies actually hurt now. So they're feeling that, and they've been quick to take extra life levels to keep up.
Yeah, finally, when you pull away those high defense and high attack effectiveness levels, then you have to kind of start balancing where you're putting your experience and how you're divvying that up between your 3 stats. I got a horse head with the trophy. I didn't see what was in Rudo, though.
I didn't catch it either. That's your job. You're the play-by-play. I'm just here for color.
JLo is the tracker. We will refer to JLo. Got us some red divers. We've also taken away the downstab technique as of 2 weeks ago, I believe it was, maybe 3 weeks ago. Starting downstab went away, so yeah. And we've actually been seeing downstab acquired a little bit later in some of these seeds for these runners, so really taking them out of their comfort zone.
Yeah, that late jump, late fairy really kind of takes these guys who are used to just mashing the down arrow, makes them think about some of the more complex combat tricks in the game.
Yeah, we're doing a little farming here in this 3/6. We saw 5 again right next to the start. We've got this 3/6 palace. We don't know which one it is until we go deeper in, or if we figure out what another one is. 3 and 6 share the same entrance, so.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of what Valence is doing right here. Sitting and grinding. Well, as I say that, he walks his way back out, but I love sitting and grinding on P3 or P6, especially when the red iron knuckle is 150 or 200 like it is today.
Wow, are we over? No, we're still in the west here. Was that a connector cave that I looked away for just a brief moment on Valence's side?
It looked like it. There were a couple of south to norths, right? So this has got to be that north side. So we're vanilla-like here, or is this mountainous? Vanilla-like.
Yeah, I'm going to say vanilla-like now. We started by a mountain, and we did see the north-south caves there, so we must have just been enclosed by some mountains where we began.
And Elendar helping us out there. It is spell there in Ruto behind the trophy. So.
Okay, we see a palace there. I guess we saw that.
Yeah, that looks like the P3, is it? Or P36? Okay. I think we've got both of those there. Again, I've been not paying the most attention, which I probably should be a little better about.
Yeah, it's a little hard. If there's a lot going on in the beginning, trying to keep track of 2 runners here.
Wait, when did Chadbert go to the east? I'm just completely missing everything here.
That's what I'm saying. I think there was a connector there that Valence saw. He stepped in, stepped back to the west, and I think that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
there.
Right there. Okay, so that's our east-west right there, real close to start. So we got 3 on one side and 6 on the other side of the east-west split there. There's our first item of the game. There's the medicine for Valence, picking it up at Stonehenge.
I don't remember if we saw Mito or not. I don't think we did just yet.
I don't think we've seen it yet.
Yeah, speaking of these continent connectors, again, there's a bit of trolliness in the Shaddy Chadbert race. I forget if there's any real trolliness in any of the other races, but it is something that has changed over the flag set, evolving over those 6 weeks in the beginning as well. We started with some very simple to understand connections, and now we have the flag set to anything goes, and that means our 2 connection caves, our raft tile, and our bridge are going to go literally anywhere. And the only guarantee is that we can reach all 4 of our continents.
Yeah, I think that was a big one in, was it the Aaron race? The Aaron quarterfinal? Aaron 2-2 against, I forget who it was, but Aaron didn't think that there would be 3 connectors on Maze Island and missed the bridge for a second there.
Oh, that's right. That was very trolly. They were right next to each other. That was all these have been great races. And it's so great to see so many people have jumped in on this, too. We had 17 people. We had a few more jump in initially, but some pulled out right near the end. They had, real-life stuff comes up, of course, or you do have an option to change your mind. You're not contractually obligated to run the Upstarts tournament if you don't want to. And so we did have a few people turn up or pull up, but 17 total people. And it's been great to watch all these new runners. Some of them have absolutely improved immensely. And that's probably really our top 8 here, but many others on top of that have just, it's just been great. I've just never seen so many new players jump into Z2R and look like they enjoyed it.
Yeah, Alan did a great job making a really accessible tournament. And it's really cool to see all these new bodies jump in. And
yeah,
the nice thing is standard tournament signups are open, guys. So if you didn't get enough in the Upstarts, join the standard tournament. The flags are almost the same as week 6 of the rookie tournament. So jump on in.
Yeah, that's true. The Swiss flags definitely are very similar. We got a 1-up here in the Pillar P-Bag Cave that Valence just walked in and out of as well.
Yep, they both got that. They both got Stonehenge. That's it so far, right? Nobody else has found any of the other caves available.
I don't believe so. So we're missing Heart, Magic, Medicine, and
Trophy.
Yes. We see GP there in the north of the west, I believe is where we're still at.
Yep, these transports in the west don't appear to be useful. It looks like we've got full access across that one bridge, so.
Yeah, that's how it tends to be in the vanilla likes. These caves, they don't usually end up helping out too much, but I mean, they can, but as long as you scout, just make sure you scout around if you're in one of these, and you can find access usually pretty easily. Although east to west, can we get across Saria here? I don't know if we've seen the other side of it.
I don't think we have. So we'll see. If it's the front side and it's fairy, right, we're good to go, but neither one of them has the magic for it.
Yeah.
Here we go. Attack 2 Red Daira on Valence's side. We'll see how much he's been practicing this.
Yeah, this is something that, you do run into in these red Dairas in this magic container cave early on, and so this is a real thing to practice 100% here. Or you could just body him and try to push him away and then get into that tunnel there. I think he's going to respawn him. I think he's going to respawn him.
Oh, no.
Yeah, too far. He's got it though. I mean, you just keep this going. It's a rinse and repeat. Just don't get in that tight corridor with them, and don't get axed.
Yeah, if you play the vanilla game, that's the last real boss before the hammer walking through Death Mountain.
Yeah, it comes so late there in vanilla, and here we are. Oh wow, here we are in Magic Container Cave just early on having to fight this guy. But he's definitely a guard for a good item.
Yeah, gloves a huge pickup. Gloves required in probably 90% of this flag set seeds, so 90% of most Thunderbird required seeds. So it is the wrong side of Saria, and it's Shield Town. So
okay,
we're looking for either a fairy spell or Bagu's Woods to get across that.
Yeah, Chadbert going to step out of Magic Container Cave. They're taking 2 deaths, I believe, to the Daira. Unfortunately, seeing the bad news on the wrong side of Saria. Could use that shield spell for sure going up against the red Daira here. If there's a palace nearby, and I think GP is a little... I'm still kind of getting my bearings here for this particular continent's layout, but if there's a palace nearby, it's a great place to... just a little bit of advice. It's like a checkpoint, right? You just go back to the palace. You can up an A and get all your resources back and try this cave again.
Yeah, GP is just north of here. We got a Hammerblock cave on Valence's side. That's guaranteed to be one of the item caves because we've seen all the transfers. So something's going to be blocked behind the hammer. We don't know what it is, though.
Chadbert making it through the red Daira, getting trolled by the Mew there. Gets rewarded with another 100 points, though. Yeah, don't die here. Oh my God, this is nerve-wracking. He's got it.
He's 1 point short of that life 4, I believe.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm sure he's hoping for that. There it is. Pick up. I wouldn't be surprised to see him up A and start over at this point.
So it seems like we may have that Saria block in place. We may have our remaining item caves over there, other than the thing that's boulder blocked. And we may be looking at an eastern dig at this point. It's possible.
I'm not convinced they've explored the entire south side yet. But yeah, I mean, it's looking like east is going to be required early.
Yeah, sometimes these vanilla likes can act like a horseshoe, kind of like an upside down horseshoe, where you got to walk from one section. It does connect. It's just a lot of walking.
Nope, this is Bagu's Woods, so
yeah,
we've got access either way.
Yeah, both of the runners look like they're kind of looking around in some of these forested areas. Chadbert finding where he needs to be. I wonder if Valence is going to give up early, maybe head east. Which could be the play as far as we know. Fairy could be east, Magic Key could be east. There could be a lot of rewards that are just sitting in the east.
Yeah, Chadbert's doing his best Worms Armageddon impression here by snaking back and forth, trying to check every tile. And looks like, I think it's a little bit further to the north. It looks like Bagu tends to concentrate in like an 8x8 area, and it looks like he's a little too far south on this batch here.
Yeah, I think the rule is once you find a Bagu encounter, Bagu has to be 3 tiles from that encounter, so don't wander too far.
And there's, 6 of those encounters around it?
Yes.
And odds are you'll walk on the same encounter 4 times before you find Bagoo.
Right.
So.
All right, well, note acquired, and we are in the east on Valence's side. Not going to find Bagoo.
Yep, East is definitely challenging, especially depending on which enemies are immune. So the game randomizes a set of enemies that are going to take no damage. And if you get unlucky and the Lizalfos or any of these enemies here end up being immune, you're in for a rough time.
Yeah, 2 other things. These enemies, they hit like trucks, as we're seeing just the Zora just cut through Valence's health. But he's also, looks like he might be forced into this double Daruni encounter here that it's always paired together. Actually, is that not a pass-through right there, east to west? Is that? Maybe not. Maybe that's too close.
Looks like he's trying to encounter skip it here, but there's invisible Moas on the screen, so.
Oh, no.
Oh, almost made it out with what do you call it? Phantom life.
Yeah, we'll see if he goes back there or if he wants to check some of the forest tiles. Chadbert about to get a shield spell out of Saria and show us what's over there. All right, we are headed back to, yeah, it looks like we've got, from where we enter in to the east there, just southeast of that cave, it's a block. Looks like possibly maybe the boots could get you somewhere. No guarantee of that, though. But then you have to head west here. The first encounter, not too bad. Second encounter is got the bigger enemies in it there.
Yeah, we'll see if he tries to pull off the skip here. It looks like he is. He's going to sit on it. And the way you do this is basically if you walk on the tile that you'd get an encounter, at the same time as one of the enemies do, you actually get the enemy encounter instead of the tile encounter, which is what they use for in vanilla to skip the Wilson fences. You are right, though. That was a transport. Or that transport goes further.
Are we actually going to have a flute block right there?
It looks like a flute block, a hard flute block, and in addition to that, that looks like Three-Eyed Rock right behind it.
Yeah. And in
so
this flag,
double flute required possibly in this scene?
Yeah, in this flag set, it is when we turned on Three-Eyed Rock and the new Kasuro Hidden Forest tile, what's underneath them is shuffled. So it may be something, or it may just be a dud, but we won't know until much later. Okay,
so we got the full shuffle on where it could be one of the random encounters in the east or things like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, Chadbert finds the other side of that via the tiny little walkway there on the other side of Saria.
Oh, no.
So, first flute not required. He's got shield now, which should help. But he didn't cast it. There, he'll cast shield. Yeah, these Moas are just bonking him. You can't see him until you get the cross. So he's going to be taking every bot possible from those Moas. Is there a southern exit here? There is. There's the desert tile. Yeah, it's a nothing.
Wow.
Random encounter here? No Wilson fences. I kind of expected one. Maybe we'll get one in this grass section. But here's sunken P-Bag Cave with an item in it.
Yeah, he might want to take care of that lever before it just appears on top of him in a moment. Those things, wherever they start, they stick to that Y coordinate, and if they end up floating in the air, if the encounter tends to dip down, like on Maze Island or right here in this cave, and that thing's gonna hurt immensely as well. So many things hurt so bad on the east.
Yeah, say that lever almost does more damage than the Red Lizalfos here. I mean, you're looking at a bar and a half. Oh, second death in the same cave for Chad. That's a game over.
Yeah, and he's shielded too.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, I feel like investing in some red iron knuckles in 3 or 6 is not a bad choice right now.
So did we not see any of the other item caves? Because it looked like he just got across Saria, and then what was over there? Was there anything else other than the Maze Island Bridge? It was so fast, I completely missed it.
He beelined pretty quick to the northeast. I didn't see anything to the south, but I didn't see any mountains either. So
okay.
I mean, you're not going to find a cave without a mountain. So
yeah, they're at similar levels. Just game overs on both sides. Not really getting a chance for anyone to pull ahead too far here. We've got shuffled P bags as well, so our large P bags can be up to instead of 500 max, or I guess it's 200 max in vanilla. So we can go up to 5, 7, or even 1,000. But we haven't seen any of that just yet. So
yeah, and that's the other thing. If you don't play this rando a lot, you might not know. Yes, those are shuffled, but they're shuffled in the same order for every player. So the third large drop for both players will be identical. This is a transport on Chadbert's side on the east that we did not see Valence go through. So this is new territory for us.
Okay.
It could lead to Valley of Death that's just on the other side, or no, we're just going to hop right across Valley of Death to, we got another palace here, and probably some towns is my guess.
Yeah, so if you see a second palace out so far, we don't have a 3-eyed rock block on a palace at least.
Yeah, that is 2 palaces, you're right. That's P1, which is a good sight to see. I think there was 1 key in the drop pool.
Yeah, he's got 4 on his key ring, so he is ready for P1 right now.
Oh yeah, there's no reason not to do this one. So logic will never force you to do this, but if the game's going to give you 4 keys before you find P1, take the dive through P1, get a double or a triple level, and try to dig an item out.
Yeah, we always talk about this, but for anyone who's not familiar with randomizer logic, for Z2R at least currently, is that it will always give you the fairy spell or the magic key before you're ever expected to dig into any palace whatsoever. But, if there are keys in the drop pool, as there are in this particular seed, if you save up enough keys and you want to go diving into palaces, go for it. That's on you, but it's not the randomizer suggesting that you do that. Oh, we did know the item because we got that hint. It is just for spell.
Yeah, I mean, you'll grab it. You're not happy about it, but take it, think about it, remember to go check that out later.
Yeah, spell is going to start off expensive, but it's going to drop really low. And if we keep getting a bunch of trolley encounters on the east, and we, with those invisible moas, sometimes it's nice to just spell them out of the sky and just move on from there.
Yeah, creative spell usages. It's probably the least thought about way to use a spell. Everybody thinks, I got Spell Tower and New Kasuto, but in reality, getting Moas, especially invisible Moas, off your tail is very helpful.
Yeah, that's more of a kind of an advanced runner technique. Once you start thinking about everything you've got available to you, that's when you've played a lot of Z2R and you've seen a lot of situations. Even other than the MOAs, if you're in the palace pool for 3, 4, and 6, you may see Doom Knockers. And if we keep downstep away from our runners for an extended period of time, Doom Knockers are pretty annoying to deal with. And so being able to spell those out of the way is also very nice.
Oh yeah, I'm still spelling Doom Knockers
100%.
Chad, we're hoping to get this double level. There's gonna be a fairy just to the right. He's on his last life, so hopefully he picks up this fairy here. And nope. Oh, maybe. Oh, it's not the fairy room. I should have just let Mariah say things because I'm clearly wrong.
I actually don't know the enemy set for where the fairy exists in that room because I usually don't look for the fairy.
Yeah, because you're usually at full health, right? Because you never take damage.
I never take damage, yeah. Oh, he saw Valence get Bagu. I think he's headed over to Saria now.
Oh, Chadbert finds his way to Horsehead. Looks like he's got maybe 1 hit worth of damage before he pops here, and this might be a double level, depending on, how I think this guy can roll it down to 30 in this flag set, right?
Yeah, I think it's 30 to 120 he can be. Oh my god.
I'm sorry, Chadbert. Oh, at this point, I think he's probably still just going to drop the gem because he's on his last life with a bar and a half of health. It hurts because he's going to get Magic 3 here, and really, he needs Attack 3 to get going soon.
Yeah, just looking back at, again, we were talking about Chadbert's race versus Shaddy, where with the trolley connections for the contents in that particular seed, I think it really rattled maybe Chadbert a little bit more than Shaddy. I think Shaddy was just here for the fun of it all. I'm sure Chadbert's here for the fun of it all too, but Chadbert being first seed out into brackets, he's doing very well. And then that connection in his first race really, again, was just probably pretty unsettling to see the way it was played out. And it was pretty easy in the end to find that connection, and he missed it. And now he's probably just ready to go, go, go. He's probably going to cut a few corners here and there because we are in semifinals now.
Yeah, ooh, that is a... Sorry. Yeah, I think he will. He will probably think he needs to go a little faster. In reality, just chipping away and playing smart is probably going to be enough for either one of these racers to really win it.
Yeah.
Big thing here, he picks up fire in Old Kasuto, and it's Fairy.
Very nice.
Not technically in logic, right?
No.
So Fairy or the Any Key is still available to him, but it's nice to get it here and just not have to worry about it.
We also got a hint for Flute in the East on Valence's side. We probably saw it on Chadbert's side as well as possible.
Yep, so Valence seeing now the other side of the River Devil. Let's see how far he gets. Chadbert made it to the cave, the first cave, and didn't make it through the cave. We'll see if Valence with the shield spell can make it through that downward P-bag cave.
That's true. There is more down there for us to discover. There could be, well, we don't have the boots for a water tile or anything, but maybe New Kasuto's down there and has something that we can... Oh, I guess not. We're not going to access that with 4. Man, I don't know what we're going to get out of here. Maybe just knowledge on Valence's side.
I guess there's 2 connectors left, right? I mean, a cave connector to Maze Island would be huge.
Yeah, that's true.
Valence having the same struggles that Chadbert had here. Taking the lever out this time, though.
I don't think we saw any hints in Naburu here. It was Free Thunder, though.
Yeah, probably not castable on 64 at Magic 3, but it's here. It looks like a ton of access. 3rd town down here for Chadbert. It looks like a couple of different directions to go, so the whole thing might all just be connected on the south side, completely rendering the River Devil useless. Oh, there's the last town right across the way there. So here's Fairy. So Fairy is difficult to get because we need to find the child. We'll get the hint for the child here, but Chadbert likely never picking up Fairy.
Magic container in that sunken pea bag that Chadbert was kicked out of earlier. Would be nice to have that, I think. I mean, if it does come down to 5 containers to get into the New Kasuto basement, that might be something that opens up on Valence's side.
Yep, Chadbert falling prey to the same issue I always fall prey to, just forgetting to turn off your multi-input to go back to the main menu on your EverDrive, and he jumped back to his home screen there for a second. But...
Yeah, we might see a lot of that. I don't think with OpenFPGA he has the option to change it. He talked about this the other night. He says, unfortunately, he was stuck with this. It's down and select is how to bring up that particular menu. So anytime he's going to be going down an elevator as well, is also going to do that same thing when he casts.
Yeah, that's brutal because you use select more in Z2 than you do in most Nintendo games, and especially it's a spell cast, right? Especially in Rando when you're able to cast multiple spells in rapid succession, right? You can hit it multiple times, but looks like he'll have to fight against a hardware boss in addition to all the regular bosses.
So we did see Risen P-Bag Cave down here on Valence's side where he got through Sunken. That was a magic container, and Risen had the hammer in it.
Yeah, that unlocks the one cave in the west that we know. There's got to be more that we're missing on the west still, but I just don't know where it is. Here's New Kasuto picking up life. We'll see how many jars. We need 6 jars today. Not crazy. Unfortunately, Chadbert did not go back to get the spell yet, so he won't be able to get the item out of Spell Tower in the back, but he will pick up life here.
Yeah, we'll see how expensive it is here at Magic 3. Could be still like 60, high 50s or something to cast. I was going to say, sometimes you wonder if it's worth casting. If it kind of comes down to if you know you're going to take damage, you're going to walk into somewhere dangerous, shield is going to be the better choice because it effectively doubles your health.
Yeah, shield on a full bar of life is better than life, but life is, it's that secondary support spell, right? You put both of them together, and you can kind of brute force your way through a good chunk of these enemies. It looks like Valence took a different route.
Yes.
So it does all connect. Everything connects together. Still no spell, so we're not getting anything there. There's the water tile. We'll get through there eventually. But yeah, this whole east is all connected. There's no hard block. I still haven't seen a pathway to Maze Island or Death Mountain yet.
Yeah, I think Chadbert's got to go a little bit more east. We haven't seen east from here, so maybe we're looking for coast. Oh, or not, just a bunch of mountains.
There's east to the north, I believe, as well. But he's
Okay.
going to up a... There's also some center stuff that... north of here. It looks like there's like... It's almost like a 9x9 grid, that mountainous biome.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody's put an X in the center playing tic-tac-toe yet, so...
Yeah, right around wherever the entrance to Death Valley is at, is kind of over in that area too.
Yeah, we haven't seen that yet either.
And we know GP is on the west, so whatever's in Death Valley today is definitely going to be something that we need to do before we go back to GP.
It's going to be 4 or 5, right? That's all we got left?
5 is next to start.
Oh, so is it... Well, I guess we have 2 still. I don't know where 2 is exactly. But...
Oh, Maze Island. Oh, okay, so we got 2 and 4. You're right, Maze Island and Death Valley then.
Yeah, I think over here, if Valence were to go left out of Nibiru, he'll see obviously the pathway to Death Valley, but I think he'll also probably see a connector cave that's either going to take him to Death Mountain or to the maze.
Yeah, I'm glad that that we're seeing Valence able to reach this area as well, because it's like he would have to, if this didn't connect on the south side of our eastern continent, he'd have to go back and go a different direction. He'd have to do a lot of walking in that case, and it's great to see that Chadbert didn't pull that far ahead. He was getting all this stuff, and Valence seemed to be kind of behind a little bit, but he's right here as well. He's just a few minutes behind at this point.
Yeah, I mean he's a full palace behind, but P1,
Oh, yeah.
especially later in the game, P1's only going to take a minute or two to run through.
Yeah, and at least the item is on the way, like right off of start. It's linear to the item, pass through, grab the trophy, and then just hit that elevator and find the boss.
He's also got hammer that Chadbert doesn't have, and we don't know what's there.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. We're still missing these 4 caves: heart, medicine, trophy. No, that's it.
Yeah, we found Magic Container Cave.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Valence realizes. Did he get fire yet? He didn't get fire
didn't.
yet. Fire's north of here.
Yeah, so I want to see where this child is at, though.
Just to knock it off the list?
Yeah, because if it's in a palace, then we know that the key is somewhere sitting out. I mean, just to be fair, just because it's not, if it doesn't happen to be in a palace, then it could still be the key still sitting out somewhere.
Yeah, and it looks like the any key is not going to be super critical this game, just because keys are dropping relatively freely. But child in the west, so that could be the hammer block. It could be either of the other 2. We've got potential boots block in the west, or just something we haven't explored yet.
Yeah, Chadbert hitting up Darunia with a castable fire fairy. He got the upstab technique when he was in there. Hopefully Valence gets this fire, and I don't know if he can cast it. I think he might be able to because he's got an extra magic container, but he's 1 magic level lower than Chadbert was.
That's true. Chadbert was 58 at level 3. It's 58 here as well. He can't cast it now, but if he takes a death, he'll be able to cast it. He's also 20 experience away from attack 3, which might just help him survive a little longer out here.
Yeah.
By the way, Elendar, as we see Chadbert cross this bridge for the 3rd time, I'd like to put an official request in that the bridge stay completed after it's completed once in the future updates of the randomizer, if you could.
There are some hacks that have Bagu have that activated as you approach the bridge. It just builds itself. Perhaps we could steal that tech.
All right, Valence does realize that he's got fairy. He's making a beeline back for Darunia. He wants the upstab.
Oh, south here. It's Jump Cave. Okay, wait. So we have across Saria, go south, hit Jump Cave, and Jump Cave is going to give us access to the last little portion of our western continent, I assume.
Which should have 2 caves in it at a minimum. and possibly a raft spot on the far east coast, which makes sense, right? That's where a raft spot would be.
Or a cave. We have a cave out there somewhere as well, correct?
Yep, one cave connector and one raft connector. So he's either going to have 3 caves over here or probably a raft spot. I guess it doesn't have to be, right? All that could be in the east, but...
Yeah. Yeah, or it could be something like Cave to Death Mountain, raft on the other side of our Caldera Death Mountain or something like that, you know?
Yeah,
One
or
of those
the
tricky connections.
or that vertical river, right? The vertical river where the raft tile's on the top and the cave is all the way at the bottom.
Yeah, boostless River Canyon Death Mountain, yeah.
That's what I'm signing up for right now.
Yeah, I hate to see the newer runners get trolled a little bit. We've talked about this plenty of times in previous races. We can't control for a lot of the wild randomness that may come up in the seeds in Z2R currently. So unfortunately, we may see some kind of wackiness at times that isn't really classified as a new runner category thing, but hopefully enough of it isn't a troll to where they can kind of get through that tougher stuff. Oh, and a town, dude. Wow.
Oh, that's right.
Mito.
We have 2 towns over here. There's Mito and Raru.
All right, Valence to attack 3 there. He's going to see Trophy. He's probably got a few keys in his pocket as well as that castable Fire Fairy.
Was that a West Raft I think I just saw?
It was a West Glove.
Oh, West Glove. Well, we already got that.
Yeah, Chadbert gave a little look when that popped up.
All right, this text scrolls so fast and my old eyes can't read them as well as they used to. Doesn't help that these guys are trying to clear text boxes frame perfect.
Yeah, right. When you're running, you know exactly what you're looking for, and then you click away from it. But as someone watching, you just look away for a quarter second, and you completely miss the whole thing.
All right, so that's down stab for Chadbert. We'll figure out what the requirement is. What's left here? We got Reflect left here. We have Jump left.
Jump is here in Mito.
Okay, so Reflect over in Raru, which will be free.
Yeah, that's an interesting block here. I'm sorry, did we see where the child was at? We just watched Valence go in there, and I made a point to talk about, let's go see where the child is at, and I don't remember what we saw.
Nope, that was your job, and you failed. So.
It was. I'm going to refer to chat if anyone in chat had seen the hint for the child. Or maybe the old woman was like, the child is lost and I don't care. Don't retrieve him, in fact. Oh, that's right. Child West. We did see it.
That's right. Hammer East there. Another hint for that. So, another useless hint. Well, no, actually, Chadbert doesn't have the hammer yet, so that will help him. He'll probably be frustrated when he realizes it's half a screen south of where he failed on the medicine cave, or on the jar cave.
Yeah, and you have to think that's he's got a tracker. He runs. They're both of our runners are running trackers on their restreams here, and you have to think that that's going to be in the back of his mind. It's not really something he's got so much now that it's not really required currently. So I wonder how long it'll be before he goes back there.
Oh, there's a second hammer block right there too. I don't know how to get to that second cave.
That could be a no. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so it looks like you could loop around here maybe to get to that. But this is Heart Container Cave, so got a chance for boots in here. Could be a raft, could be the key, or a pea bag or an extra life. Lots of options still because there's 3 available caves in the east or in the west still.
Yeah, I was thinking that it could be just like a dud connector, because you really only need 3 connectors to reach 4 continents, but we've got 2 to the east, so the other 2 have to be useful still.
So those boots, I think, give access to that cave just north of this cave that's blocked out. I think that's a walkway that's going to get him there. Right there. So that cave, I think, is boots blocked. We'll see when he decides to walk through that monstrous 3.0 swamp right there. Oh, there's the last palace. Oh, and another.
Oh, wow.
Here's the other 3 of 6.
So, okay, yeah, so it is it is back down to 2-4 being between Death Valley and Maze Island.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, Chadbert's spellbook is complete. This is Trophy Cave. He's not going to need to pick up that fairy spell because he's got fire, so...
Yeah, the big bonus. So yeah, coming back to the fire spell. Why is it fairy? It's we run this flag set does a combined fire is what we call it. So fire is going to combine itself with one of the other 7 spells in the game, and it just so happened to be fire fairy today. And fire comes down to very cheap at later magic levels, so it's going to be ultra cheap, like sometimes single digits in terms of MP cost, but usually somewhere in the mid-teens.
Chadbert picked up the flute there. I think we've confirmed at this point that the flute is useless, right? Because whatever's under Three-Eyed Rock isn't going to be a town or a palace.
Right.
And we saw the water tile, we saw the desert tile.
Yeah.
To the left here for valence is the item, or no?
In this room, no.
Okay, it looked like the one where you go left to find...
This
but
is
I guess because it's scrolled to the right where yeah, that's why.
Yeah, this is the left side of that room. It might actually be the same room.
Oh yeah, it does look like a loop right there. Yep. Big thing for valence we didn't mention. He got 2 attack levels in P1.
Oh yeah.
He picked up 3 and then he skipped past Magic 4, Life 4, and picked up Attack 4. If he can do it again in this P4 here, he could be taking a pretty sizable combat advantage. Here's the item room for Chadbert.
He's in. So Chadbert's in 3 and valence is in 6.
Oh, this is 6. Sorry, yep.
Oh. We
There's
did
a
see that
raft.
raft tile. Yeah, yeah.
We have no knowledge of if the raft is going to take us to Death Mountain or Maze Island, but it's starting to feel like either one of those might lead to the other. So
Yeah, I'm just going to point out that these Mao heads are 20 a pop. These might be worth trying to get that 650 from.
yeah, that feels almost worthwhile there. Chadbert probably doing more of a standard leveling process here, whereas valence, I guess taking the Life 4 there, probably not. Valence almost was going to power level attack there. It looked like playing the vanilla-ish leveling strategy.
Yeah, I was going to say, coming out of P1, getting attack 3 and attack 4 in P1, that's definitely some vanilla stuff right there.
Yeah, every time you get attack 4 out of P1, you feel great about it.
Got a jump fairy block here. Not sure if this is going to be required to get to Barba.
Chadbert is leveling off this little bot to get life
Nice.
5 so that he doesn't die here because he was down to his last sliver of health. He does have downstep for this guy though. Sneaks on through the blue iron knuckle. Still, ooh, couldn't quite make it.
Got an elevator here on Valence's side. I don't think we've seen it just yet.
By the way, if you haven't watched Chadbert play Z2, I highly recommend it. He's very animated as he makes his way through these palaces.
Yeah. Up and left on Valence's side, but a right to check. Could be Barba, could be just an elevator room. Okay.
Valence definitely going a little more combat heavy. He's not doing doubles, but he's pushing hard to try to kill some more enemies than Chadbert. Chadbert's trying to kind of avoid and dodge and work his way through, whereas Valence is kind of just punching right at him.
Yeah, there's okay. Item room in 6 there. Magic key. So he's not gonna have to worry about any key pickups. He's not gonna have to worry about a potentially semi-expensive fire spell still to get through with fairy. He'll just be able to just walk and go and save that magic for shield and life cast and even a thunder cast that he can afford right now. It's 75, or at least when he picked it up, and he's got 80 magic.
Yeah, unfortunately for Valence here, he has not gone to Mito yet to pick up the downstab technique. So these blue iron knuckles are still giving a little bit of trouble. Chadbert finding Rebo here, P3. See how well he can take this out in attack 3. Takes him to the corner. Ooh, that is a high health Rebo right there.
Yeah. Very nice on the swings, though, afterwards.
Yeah, he walked him all the way across the room. But unfortunately, it looks like he's going to... Maybe. Oh, boy. He took him down. Look at that. Oh, that is a kill right there. That would have felt... That's got to feel real good to pop that and get through it out.
Yeah, we got a fist pump on the camera. Yeah, the thing is, though, he looked like he was going to die. So the thing with Rebo is that his beams or his blades that he throws at you, they do a ton of damage. But if you body him, if you just jump into him and body him, instead of taking the beam or blade damage, he does practically 0 damage. I mean, he does some damage to you, but it's way less than the beam or the blade. So if you have a chance to try to kind of metagame that and jump into him instead of taking again, the beat or the beam or the blade, then that's the strat. And he did take a body there.
That we've seen that town before. All of this was accessible before we got any of those things.
So it was like an upside down horseshoe.
Yeah, everything here was completely accessible.
Okay. Interesting.
Still short 1 cave, right?
Yeah, well, the 2 boulder blocked caves.
Yep, so those 2 boulder block caves will be it, and then this raft tile is taking us to Death Mountain, but no hammer for him, so he will not be able to pop that, and probably, very likely, gonna have to play Find the Cave on Death Mountain to get to Maze Island.
Yeah, what are we still missing? We're missing Medicine Cave and Heart Container Cave. No,
we got Heart Container Cave. I wonder if it's Medicine Cave and the other transport then. Do we have all 4? Are all 4 in the west?
If it is, that could definitely save Valence here because, he's on 6. He did 1. He's on 6. He's going to even it up here in terms of gem count, but he still has all that exploration on the west still left to do that Chadbert is now done with. So Chadbert probably has overall a little bit of a lead here in just exploration.
Yeah, attack 4 seems to be doing pretty well against this Barba. Fortunately, he takes a fireball to the face. This is his last life heading in here.
I think Chadbert's walking it back up through Jump Cave here. Probably faster than walking all the way around.
Yeah, I feel like an up A here would have been the fastest, but with those boots now, it kind of negates everything else. Head west and south here, there's got to be an item, or that last cave, right? But no hammer. He's got to go back to the east to get his hammer.
Yeah,
and that's where he's going, yep.
He's also got access to the water tile as well, so we'll see.
Yeah, I guess lots of things that we haven't seen in this game yet are heart containers and magic containers. We got all the real items, but none of the quality of life health items.
Yeah, that's very true. We've seen 1 magic container out of Sunken Peabag Cave, and that was it.
Which has to mean all these other dungeons have hearts and magic containers.
Yeah, coming back to Valence here, done with the dragon, and is looking for that attack 5 out of P6. Very nice.
That's a big pickup, and if he can go clear, I mean he's still in the east. If he goes clears, what's in? No, he's gonna head back to the west. Okay, I thought he was gonna go try to clear Valley of Death, but not yet. It looks like. But he could take another attack level coming out of any dungeon, come out at 6-3-4, and look really good coming out of there.
He's heading back west, and he's got the hammer, so he knows there's that 1 boulder blocked cave. We assume it's the child at this point because I think that's the last cave we need, and we did know the child is on the west.
Yeah, so this boulder block is either going to be access to Maze Island or access to that child.
Very fast Guma in 5. Guma. Wow.
Attack 5 here too. I mean, if Guma's 700, well, I guess if he's 700, he's going to take life 5, unfortunately. But
he could be up to 1,000.
Yeah, if he sees 1,000 here, He's 6'3", 4" coming out of Guma.
Wow, he cut through Guma very easily there. That was incredibly fast.
Yeah, attack 5 is doing work apparently.
He only got 300 for Guma. Yeah, Guma's got the same range as Barba does. So 300 to 1,000 in this flag set. Or it's 300, 500, 700, or 1,000. Those are the 4 denominations that each of these bosses can be.
Yeah, Valence digging 5 now. I think his primary reason here is he wanted the levels, but I don't know.
Chadbert getting that magic container out of Sunken there. What could we have in 5 that I mean, from his perspective, from Valence's perspective, maybe the raft, but we know it's not there.
Yeah, rafter boots.
Yeah, boots is, yeah, that's right. Neither one of those are there. So perhaps best case scenario for him, maybe heart or magic container.
Yeah, magic container would give him access to to new Kasuto, which again at this point can pretty much only be a heart or a magic container. So I guess we'll see how comfortable these guys are on a 4 heart GP maybe.
I don't know if Valence knows this trick. He's going to try it. I assume he does. You can just, it's just same as vanilla game. If you just jump. Oh, he's got upstab. Never mind.
Yeah, upstab, no downstab.
Yeah, if you didn't have upstab, you could still break those blocks above you. So you're not technically blocked in this room.
There's hammer for Chadbert. Good pick up there. He got the magic container as well, so he's got risen and sunken knocked out.
Yeah, if Valence doesn't find this item soon, this is going to be some time spent that I doubt Chadbert's going to be digging in here for, unless maybe he wants to try to think he can find a quick item if he's looking for magic containers or heart containers as well. But Guma being so close.
Valence taking a drop here. That could send him any which way. We have no idea where he's going at this point.
Yeah, and especially with Guma right up front. I mean, this palace is going to be like mid to high 20s in terms of room count numbers, and man, all this P5 back here, you don't know where you're going. I think Chadbert might be looking for the water tile. We did know it's just south of New Kasuto.
Yeah, those 3 towns all in rapid succession, and then water tile just south of there. He's almost there.
Oh, also Death Valley. Oh, it was right over here. Okay.
I think it's north of here, but he'll find it in a second. Looks like red bots on the east are invulnerable.
Another one of these.
Oh, there it is. He's got it.
Another one of these rooms on Valence's side here. But he's making it through. So keep moving and find what you need to find to get out of here.
There it is. Gotta have heart. Chadbert picks it up. So it's the first of 4. We don't know where the rest are gonna be.
Oh, here we go.
Here's item. Yep. So at least they'll get out of here.
Yeah, okay. I mean, if anything, I think that's probably the best because I like magic. That's your budget for all the spells you have access to. You might run into Thunderbird a little bit deeper into the palace. You're going to want that extra magic for the longer dig. That can really be helpful.
Yeah, and jar is going to get another jar, right? Or a heart container, right? Because what you find in the front of New Kasuto is going to help you there too. Chadbert electing not to fairy feet here and just kind of fairy through the encounter. It's the safer way if you're a little worried about the pixel perfect.
Yeah, I know Chadbert is not 100% confident with his fairy feet ability, so he has talked about how he just fairies through it. And absolutely, if you're not going to do encounter skips, just fairy the encounter. You can see pretty much how free it is, especially with a candle. So just cruise through and move on.
Yep, and Valence back into 5. He did not forget to place the gem. That puts him up by a palace.
No attack 6 though.
No, he had to give up that chunk of XP. He up 8, I think, 100 XP short of that life 5.
Okay, so 2 in the Death Valley, and that leaves 4 on Maze Island.
Which we still don't have access to, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's either from the west behind one of those hammer block caves, or it's from Death Mountain and one of the 57 caves in there to check.
Yeah. Oh, a quick 2. I wonder if we're gonna hang out here and try to find something for resources.
I don't think he is. I think he's in grind and go at this point. He's gonna jam and go as much as he can. And missing the key is the only thing that really I think he's thinking about.
All right, this 1070 is going to be Life 6 or Magic 5. Got a trophy turn in for Spell on Valence's side. He might be thinking about New Kasuto now.
Still no boots for him either. That was a quick clear for Chadbert. He's back out of that palace now. 6 is over here on the east as well. Is that right?
Yes.
So see if Chadbert finishes off the east for now, and then shouldn't ever have to come back.
Yeah, Dragon.
I guess spell tower check and New Kasuto basement check, but not a big deal.
Yeah, the dragon was a little buried. We did see the item room on Valence's side before we saw the dragon, so we'll see if Chadbert ends up doing the same. Oh, it looks like a miscast there. He had another spell queued up and cast that and walked right into the lava. I think it was going to be Fairy. Or Fire Fairy.
That's okay. The palaces are close enough. That shouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah.
You may need to cast life here after hitting those enemies, though. That's a little brutal. He took a ton of damage there. Oh, we did find a Valence with the hammer. Finds his way to Maze Island.
Okay.
I think that was the hammer route.
Yeah, no boots, so he's going to have to walk it around the long way. It doesn't look like it's going to be too long. I could be wrong, though.
So, Raft, confirmed, not required. Death Mountain, confirmed, not required. Flute, not required. Are the boots required? I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm not sure where this cave was. Or was this the cave that we all had access to, that we saw very early on? That Valence used to get over here. I wasn't paying attention. All I saw, I looked over and we were in the maze.
Yeah, same. I think this is the close one.
Okay.
The far one is still, I think, an unknown. This will be P4 for Valence. He's digging the items still.
He doesn't have Reflect, does he? That came from Rauru for free. He doesn't.
You're
know
right.
this.
He might think he needs help to get to Rauru. He might think he needs boots or something to get to Rauru. That's big, honestly. I put Valence way ahead, but him having to come back here, I mean, it's not that long of a walk, but if he full clears this thing and has to go through most of the maze, he's given Chadbert time and time to kind of chip away at this.
Yeah, as fast as 2 was, Valence will see that as well, but as fast as 5 was, Chadbert's going to see that. And again, is Chadbert going to dig into 5 any deeper? I don't think so, especially because, like you said, he wasn't digging into 2. He's probably not going to dig into 5.
Yeah, I think it's one of those. If you didn't dig the 30 room palace, why are you going to dig the 50 room palace? But obviously, a slight overstatement there. But ooh, I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, that's a glitch. That's the vanilla glitch where you get hit by an enemy falling into the lava. Like, you know what I mean? Like it feels like you get pushed up against their shield. Do you know that glitch? It doesn't happen too often.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. But
yeah, so when something falls into the lava, if it's like an iron knuckle or something that can push up against your shield, something freaks out and it somehow hits you, and it makes this shield noise like it's just trying to push into your shield, and it practically stops you in place. And if you stop holding the D-pad, it does push you back a little bit. So he was mid-jump over the lava pit, got hit by the glitch, and just drops right in. It's happened to a handful of people. I don't think it's something we can really fix, but again, it's a vanilla thing. Yeah,
it doesn't really affect him here. The big thing that I noticed there is fire is now down to 12 magic to cast at Magic 5.
Yeah.
So he's basically got free fairies. That's going to make GP significantly easier. That's going to clear up a lot of these tough rooms.
All All right, we did see Valence go through this jump fairy block. I made a note of that, but there are several junctions over here, so I don't know if this was absolutely necessary or not. But Dragon is somewhere in this direction.
Yeah, and the key is right on the way. I think the key is in the next room here. See, even this room, like if this room had a bunch of blue iron knuckles, 12, 12 magic, and he's out of here. Valence back in the east.
I think we're doing new Kasuto checks here.
He does have 6 jars, so we can do both new Kasuto checks. But he's heading west. He's thinking Valley of Death for P2. But
he might have forgotten where New Kasuto is at.
Say all those towns are bunched up on the east side, right?
Yeah, they're all right there. If he just went south where he was, he would have ran into it. He might be able to still get there through this connection cave going east.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he's heading right now. I thought he might take that cave too, but no, he's heading west.
Yeah, this is going to take him back to Risen right here.
No flute, so he's not checking flute spots.
Okay, he's gonna. Oh no. Yeah, he's got.
Is he looking for an easier way to P2 maybe?
All right, we're going into Death Valley.
Yeah, I wonder if that was it. I wonder if he just wanted an easier access path to P2 and just didn't want to chunk through here.
Fairy's still 58 though at that magic 3. He hasn't been leveling magic. He's been putting it all into attack. And so coming back to what we were talking about very early on, leveling strategies could affect the way that things play out here with this expensive Fire Fairy right now.
Yeah, there's only 2 of these though. So there's only 2.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where the third one went.
So yeah, sometimes that happens. The third one just kind of disappears. Or sometimes every once in a while, like Death Valley is just completely wide open and all the lava encounters are missing. Yeah, he still doesn't have downstab though, right? Because he still hasn't found that southeastern section of the Western continent with again, free reflect, Mito jump for medicine. He's got that. And then of course, downstab and P3.
Yeah, all the towns.
Yep, I mean, to be fair, Helmet Head is very close to start, just like Guma was in 5. But seeing as he's missing Boots and Raft, he might be inclined to dig 2.
Yeah, especially because he thinks, my assumption is he thinks that there's no access anymore without Boots.
Yeah,
I think he thinks he needs Boots to go anywhere in the west.
All right, still no dragon, still no key for Chadbert, so he's doing a little bit of extra digging, it seemed like, in here. I mean, I didn't really pay attention to how long Valence was in here, but it didn't seem too long. I would say that Chadbert's probably coming up on the same amount of time right now as Valence had spent in here total.
Yeah, I'm not remembering these rooms exactly, but this seems reasonable. There it is.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay.
It did skip the key, though. I didn't see the key on the way.
Yeah, we'll see if that's a problem. I mean, there's so many keys in the drop pool that I doubt it's going to be a problem, so. And especially without Chadbert having it, he's still kind of picking up keys here and there. There's just that one room in GP that might troll the runners, but...
Yeah, I mean, that's the only room that matters at this point, and that's...
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, it's just it's 12 MP to clear a door at this point, other than that one door.
Yeah, if Chadbert did not find the item here, we'll see if he goes... I don't think he's going to go back to Death Mountain to do a quick Respect Rock check. I think he's ready to just go. I think we're going to see a gem placed in 6, and I think he's just going to keep moving after that. He's up at 8, back to start. 5 is right next to start. Guma's right in the beginning. And then 4, he still doesn't have access to Maze Island just yet, but having the hammer He knows he has seen those boulder blocked caves, and so we'll probably be looking around a little bit for that. He's got reflect, so I think he's just ready to go, and we'll see if he picks up any other magic containers along the way. But if he doesn't, I'm looking for some budgeting coming up in GP, I hope. Valen's gonna have a lot more magic when he gets there.
I don't think Chadbert could have cleared that 6 with any less resources remaining.
That is actually the pass-through room there on Valen's side. That trolley, they call the Minecraft room in vanilla. Those are normally dead ends, but that one in particular was a pass-through. Yeah, so that's unfortunate, because if he's looking for this item here, it could actually just be on the other side of that pass-through, where he thinks it's a dead end.
Just an hour left, or an hour into the seed. Who's looking for what at this point? Valence is looking for that path and the walkway to the southeast of the west. Chadbert is in Palace and Go, right?
Yeah, I think now that Valence knows the way to Maze Island, he shouldn't be too concerned about the raft. So, and Chadbert has the raft, has seen where it goes, and so he knows it's a cave.
I think Valence's worry is his boots, though. I don't think he thinks he can get to the rest of the west without boots. Here's his item, though.
Watch it be another. Well, it might be. It's got a good chance to be a heart. Haven't seen a lot of those. Oh, Guma at attack. What attack level are we on? And Chadbert said 4? Yeah, 4. And Valence came here with 5 and just cruised through Guma. So it was a hard in P2 there. And I think we're going back into place the gem now.
Yeah, Chadbert's getting bodied. Luckily, Gooma's right at the beginning, so if he takes another death here, he'll survive. Yeah, that's easy walk back in.
It's always a relief when you see him this early on. You can just kind of be reckless, but you do know we're in a race here, and it's already past the hour mark, and you might think that your opponent found something that you didn't. There's always that in the back of your mind that someone's doing it a little bit faster than you are. So try not to be too reckless.
Yeah, I wonder if Chadbert realized that the west is fully walkable, and if that's kind of put a fire under him to go fast.
Yeah, that's true. And man, I really hope Valence. Isn't it just east of where this connection cave is at? That area down there.
Yeah, I mean it's straight south and then straight east is all it takes to get out of that. So that's P2 for Valence. Where's he heading back to now?
Yep, and P5 for Chadbert, 5 gems down. He's just got to make his way to Maze Island. Doesn't have the location locked down just yet, but if he doesn't remember that boulder blocked cave on the west, we might see him digging through Death Mountain, because in his previous race, Death Mountain had the connection that was trolling him, and so I wonder where he's going to go now.
I think it's right here. It's just to the left. Like, immediately left here would have gotten him there.
All right, is Chadbert just about to show us where all this is at here? That Valence is missing? Oh my god.
It's right here. It's straight east from start.
That's so wild. It's amazing what you can block out in your mind when you're playing games, just any randomizer.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. I mean, if it's just the boulder, we're okay. Otherwise, we're good for a long one here.
All right, so yeah, another magic container there. That is going to be 6 for Chadbert. If Valence checks it, it will be his 7th.
Chadbert should know the last connector is a cave.
Wow, if he's going to be looking around in here, this is going to give Valence time to make up any of this lost time. Is he about to stumble upon this area? No, he's in the east. I'm sorry. He's still in the east. He's going to Nuka Pseudo, I think.
Good intuition for Chadbert there. He found the one cave that looked like it didn't have a match. He was right, but it was the hammer cave. So no answer there. It looks like he's going to try to do the same thing over here, but not as lucky. We'll see how long Chadbert sinks into this Death Mountain. This is the second time in 2 races, right? I mean, 20 minutes to Shaddy. He gave up in Death Mountain. I don't think he has 20 minutes to give up to Valence.
I don't think so either. So this is going to get spicy if Valence picks up the pace here. But Valence has to find the south just east of start is just missing from his map, and it's just a hop, skip, and a jump, unobstructed.
Yeah, he's on a mad boots hunt, not realizing that all he's got to do is take a stroll to the east. Like 2 screens from start. That's a full clear in the west, right? I mean, did he do the water tile yet? Or full clear in the east?
Yeah, he can't do that. He can't do that water tile without the boots.
Oh, without the boots. He's looking for boots, yeah. So he's done everything he can in the east. He's got the item out of 6, 5, 1, and 2. All that's left for him is the Spectacle Rock and the west. So he should be heading west here soon. He's thinking very hard as he stabs wildly. There's the epee.
Yeah, we also have a read on all the magic containers now in the sea. The eighth one, the last one between both of our runners there in New Kasuto. For Valence, the last one technically will be Spec Rock if he finds it. Yeah, he's going back up to Saria again, and he's going to go across. Well, I mean, it doesn't really... If he goes up this way, maybe he will then follow the mountain range on the south side the same way that Chadbert took through Jump Cave to at least get to that section, right? So that would be what Valence needs, because there's 2 ways to reach that section. And so as long as he finds Jump Cave, which he's not headed there just yet, he looks like he's combing over this northwest section of the west that we've seen already, but it's been a while, so probably going to just refamiliarize himself with this area.
This is the hammer cave, I think, that led him to Maze Island. Did he get both items out of Maze, or is he missing one?
I think he got both items.
So that hammer cave is to the north. That's where Chadbert needs to go.
Oh, is he going to check P4 for the item and get the not get the boots out of it? Yeah, this is going to give Chadbert time to realize that the cave is not here in Death Mountain. Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, veteran runners can definitely make these mistakes as well. When you just kind of have that brain fart, you just overlook something. It's possible, right? So, but with newer runners, this is it's unfortunate to see this. They are getting trolled by this fairly simple, unobstructed access in the southeast there. Yeah,
the question just really comes down to who realizes the mistake first.
Yeah.
And it looks like Chadbert is out of Death Mountain, so he might be the one that realized it. I don't know if he knows where to go next, though.
Okay, I might have lied. I guess Valence may have not found the second item.
Chadbert's heading in the right direction here. If he goes north and west, he has Maze Island, and he is in the driver's seat.
And then when he does, he's going to feel... We'll have to watch Chadbert's... Here's our other cave.
This is the last item cave in the west.
He doesn't have the hint for the child. This is going to be the child. We only got it on Valence's side because Chadbert already knew he had Fire Fairy when he walked into Darunia. There's going to be a chunk of time, a little bit of time wasted here.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to remember there's a second hammer block over here in the west.
It's so interesting. We have the full picture on both of our runners, but each of them are missing a piece of it.
So Chadbert picks up the kid or sees the kid, and he's done. He's going to bail. Where's his? Does he know? Does he remember that last hammer block? Even if he doesn't, I mean,
kind of walking around.
Yeah, hit the reset button in your brain and try again.
Oh, he'll see it. He'll see it if he just walks a little west.
He's half a screen north is what he's got to do here. If he goes north around that mountain range, he'll see it.
Oh.
Well, he's got to go west, right?
I'm just sitting here just watching. Valence still digging around in these palaces. Unfortunately, no downstab is what is probably like slowly but surely accumulating a bunch of time lost because of the lack of downstab.
Oh
no. Interesting. What do we still have? I wonder what Chadbert's. Well, he knows it's a cave. He knows it's a cave because he's using the emo tracker and it's got the connections on there, right? So, he knows it's a cave, and so I think he's going to comb over these caves again. This is what Valence needs to find the item and it not be the boots in P4. This is I feel bad that the runners are getting stuck like this, but it is amusing to see the full picture, yet both of them are missing a piece of it, and it's just so interesting and amusing. This is why when you race, and I psych myself out all the time, you gotta just keep moving, because your opponent might have just missed something. They might be doing the exact same thing you are, just kind of in a different direction or something slightly different than you are, but still wasting time. And so you feel that you've made some dumb moves, and I can't tell you how many times I felt that way. I'm sure you felt the same way, Slamu. And then all of a sudden, you may lose the race, but it might be like seconds or less than a minute you lose that race by, and you might have been screwing around too much and pussyfooting and being like all pouty, because it happens to me, and then all of a sudden you lose the race. You're like, if I had just kept my head in it and gotten what I needed to do done and recombed over the continents, I would have found what I needed, and I would have probably won the race, because my opponent was also getting stuck in some dumb place.
Yeah, and I think both of these runners are doing a good job of that, right? Being really, they're clearly frustrated, but at the same time, they're not stopping, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Valence is doing what he thinks he has left. Chadbert's literally searching at the east that he probably thinks he's been over 3 times, but he's not stopping. He is not throwing in the towel. He's not just like upping, getting mad, and trying to brute force something. He's calm. He's clear. He's clearing every check that he can clear, again and again, until he hopefully finds the answer.
I don't think we're going to see a new Kasuto clear, though, even though he can do the full clear now. That would get him an extra magic container and the cross, although the cross is not really useful when GP's on the, at this point, at least when GP's on the west.
Yeah, I think he'd like the container, but I think he knows he just needs a cave.
Yeah, for all he knows, there could just be a blue jar in the basement and absolutely nothing useful.
Yep, he'll probably walk this whole section of water, hoping it's back here. I love these little tucked away maze
Absolutely.
sections.
Oh, item room in 4 for Valence here. We're going to get to see what this is. Heart, I guess. Nothing. Okay.
It's a bag. He is, he's got to be confused now.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm also looking at the race room and trying to watch it and make sure that if the runners feel they're confused or they're stuck or something, that they're not going to type in there and be like, is this seed completable? Because you always want to, you always maybe think that if you're stuck, like Vale's probably thinking that. Chadbert's just missing a connector, but Vale's missing what he thinks is an item here. And it is possible in this version of the randomizer, there's a very small chance that there is a bugged seed. We know it's not from everything we've seen, but you start to think that, is this seed completable? And you want to hold off saying anything in the race room, because if he says something, then Chadbert gets the signal that, oh, my opponent is also stuck on something, and though I might not be that far behind, you're giving that information away to your opponent. Oh, back to Death Mountain.
Oh, no. Oh, jeez. He's trying to find it. He's doing everything he can. Same with Valence. These guys are both looking for the answer.
And it's right there.
Yeah, for Valence, his answer is 2 screens to the right of start. For Chadbert, his answer is 2.5 screens to the north of start. And both of them have full knowledge of what the other one needs.
I can't believe that Valence has this area of the map that's completely blacked out to him, and he thinks there must be some block just east of start. I'm dying to get an interview. This is one thing I just want to know. I was like, what do you think was east of start? Again, he needs to be in this direction, assuming he doesn't go east. He just needs to go south from Saria and hit that mountain range, go through Jump Cave, and then see how it all loops around.
Yeah, not his first time over here, but he's never gone south from here.
Yeah, here's Chadbert. Chadbert's showing some signs of frustration, exhaustion, as he just looks through each of these caves, thinking, "I can't believe I missed this. This is not going to happen to me again." Because just Death Mountain trolled him pretty hard in the previous live streamed race.
Valence is heading south. He sees it. Valence is going to go through Jump Cave here. Hopefully. This is putting Chadbert on a clock.
Yep, this is... Valence still got to do 3 and 4. 4 is still a little bit of a walk back, and I don't know if he saw Karok on his dig to the item, and if he didn't, let's see how fast he can re-clear 4. But if he did and he remembers, then it's going to be a fast 4 for him.
Yeah, and 3 I don't think was too bad. So if Chadbert cleared the east, right? So in the back of Chadbert's head, he knows it's not the east. He's doing Death Mountain right now. The only logical thing left for him to do is the west.
And he was so close as well. He was right there, just west of Sario.
Yeah, I mean, less than half a screen probably at this point.
Yeah, just west of Sario for Chadbert, just east of Start for Valence. And it's all right there. You know, I hate it. If this happens to me, I hate it. I know this feeling. I absolutely know this feeling. Chadbert, giving us some visual feedback here, some body language that he's not ecstatic about this.
He's got to be done in here very soon. I mean, I think he's hit every cave at this point.
And this is where I do hope that our GP gives our runners a little bit of a challenge, because I would hate for this to be. We've had some that are a little challenging, others that were not at all. And I hope that, you know, we get a chance to see a little bit of fighting in GP once they both realize what they missed. Just so someone doesn't completely walk away with it here as the other person gets stuck.
Yeah, and looking at levels, Chadbert up Aing again, looking at levels, they're both going to be heading into GP around 567 or 566. So not high, not very loaded levels. This Parappa pass right here might be the answer for Chadbert. This is going to put him to the left of the cave he needs to go.
Yeah.
Just walk north. It's got to be right there. It's straight north of here. He's clearing this thing. There it is, right there. Go.
I can't. Both our runners trolled for 20 minutes. His hand on his head, face palm, and yeah. Now there's a lot of panic on both of our runners.
Yeah, I mean, both of these guys realize that they missed something that the other guy probably had 30 minutes ago. They're right. What they don't realize is the other guy missed the exact opposite thing. So, I mean, at this point, Chadbert's maybe 5 minutes ahead, but that's less than a bad GP.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially he's lucky. I don't know if 2340 is attack 5 or not. He might be going into GP at attack 4. It's likely it's 5.
It is 5. Yeah, it is attack 5. I do remember that on Valence's side.
Yeah, so that'll be nice, but 5 is probably lower than he's used to.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we'll see. 2 palaces left for Valence. We'll see if he has a chance to get attack 6. And when it comes to Thunderbird's so our flag set randomizes enemy health, but we are using vanilla effectiveness for attack and vanilla effectiveness for life. And for magic cost, we are randomizing it. But when we shuffle the enemy's HP, there are 2 enemies that don't have their HP shuffled, and that's Thunderbird and that's Darklink as well. So Darklink is always 8 hits, no matter whether you're at attack 1 or attack 8, and Thunderbird is going to have the same health in vanilla. So with vanilla attack effectiveness, someone can look up the table and see how many hits it's going to be at attack 4, attack 5, and attack 6.
Yeah, attack 4 is 16 hits.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I believe it's 13 hits then for attack 5, somewhere in that range.
Oh yeah, that doesn't sound terrible. Okay.
It might be 14. I think it goes I think it goes 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because he's got 64 effective health.
Yeah. Valen's picking up the raft there. I would just be, I don't know if he realized it was the item room. This is a community item room, so you might not see this one all that often. I would just be absolutely 100% go, 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 go at this point.
Yeah, I don't think either one of these guys would turn down a heart container that popped up in one of those rooms still, even
That's
feeling
true.
behind.
And that's also, Jack, that's a good thing to point out there. Valen's having the 6 hearts and Chadbert only having the 5. We know there's not a 5, there's not a heart in P4 here. It's just a P bag if he even wants to look for it. And so he will be going into GP with just 5 hearts.
And down 1 magic container compared to Valence.
And what was it? 75 still to cast. Yeah, 75 still to cast there on Chadbert's side. So 96 magic total out of that 75. Enough for shield and thunder on a Thunderbird fight, but
yeah, fairy's down to 8, which is very nice. Oh, still 12. Still 12. Sorry.
Okay, I was gonna say that could be a saving grace for these runners. A cheap fire fairy, you tend to just fairy every single room that you can in GP at that point. It kind of diminishes any challenge unless you've got a glove block that you need to cut through first.
Yeah, say any of the open air rooms, you basically just throw the fairy down and just keep moving.
All right, so this Rebanak, wherever he's at here, this looks like a pretty linear P3. I don't remember much of this on oh, speak of the devil, here we go. But I didn't remember exactly how this played out on Chadbert's side.
Yeah, I think Chadbert and Valence have covered about the same amount of P4 so far. So if Valence remembers the route, he'll remember where not to go. He's still likely going to put himself, I don't know, 3 minutes behind the GP, 4 minutes behind the GP.
Yeah, and that's like you say, you know, if it's a trolley GP, if we have some lefts, because I think our runners are generally just going to pick them at or go right. If it ends up being some lefts along the way, or if someone starts gambling, someone might start gambling right off the bat. If Chadbert gets in there first and feels like he's behind you, we might just see some lefts right away. Same thing with Valence, maybe.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Valence there. He turned down life 6, hoping to get attack 6 there. But it wasn't enough, so he ended up stuck with Magic 6, and now he's gonna get Life 6 in P4, where he could have been 5, 6, 6 heading into P4. So he is gonna lose out on a life level. I don't know the difference between 6 and 7, but I mean, I'll take an extra life level if you're gonna give it to me.
Wow, this is one hell of a trolley P4. This is just like a hold left, it seems like.
Yeah, hold left, stay high, don't go down that elevator, and there it is.
Yeah, deep in P4 is Karak here. Yeah, question in chat there about the sprites. We didn't talk about this earlier, but we've got, oh yeah, we do have boots on Valence's side. Okay, we've got Miria from Guardian Legend on Chadbert's side and Zelda on Valence's side. Two of the many sprites that are offered in the rando.
Neither one of them playing as the Dragon Lord for some reason. I don't know why.
You rep the Dragon Lord. I don't know who else reps it, but it's great to see that. It's kind of like your sprite. Whenever I see Dragon Lord, you're the first. That Slamu sprite. It's not yours, but I mean, it's like it's yours. You've essentially claimed it now.
It's helpful that it's literally the only sprite I've played for almost 2 years, so I've gotten really good at understanding how it looks and the hitbox on it and whatnot. So,
yeah, that can be tricky. Some of the animations on the sprites, depending on the way that they look, can be a little misleading based off of Link's original sprite and movement. But the hitboxes are the same. But it does just take practice getting used to the different sprites at times if they're a little too different from Link. But we're 6 gems down on Chadbert's side, going to be headed to GP, which is on the west today, just north of Start, or just somewhere over here. It seems like he could have probably walked off of Maze Island.
Yeah, I don't know what's faster. I mean, it's right here to the east, I think, a little bit, right?
I think it was a little northwest of where Saria was.
Yeah, that's right. It's towards the top of the map here. So it should be due north here, maybe a little east. There it is. And it does look like Valence is going the right way in for. He's probably got 6 or 7 rooms left. We've got Chadbert here entering GP at 127.09. Barrier up. Let's see what we got in GP.
We got big head shakes from Chadbert there on the camera. Not happy with this entry time. Probably feeling behind.
Yeah, we'll see if that affects his decision making here, or if there's decisions to even be made in GP that could be affected. But
Immediate fairy block, though. Oh, and into an immediate drop. Let's see if we have a left and a right to choose from right when we drop. The thing is that, you know, if GP can deplete enough magic from the runners before they reach Thunderbird, they'll have to take that forced death, and so they'll always be down 1 life if they you know, push on from there without an up and A.
good defensive upstab there from Chadbert. You never know when King Von's going to fall from that ceiling.
Yeah.
Ooh, fairy on. Ooh, he made it. Zombie Link.
Yeah, wow, that was close.
Yeah, the fact that he had fairy on quick cast there was very helpful. I think that fairy cast kept him from dropping in the lava. So
yeah, we're seeing. Oh, okay, early, pretty early, but he's gonna have to take that death though.
completely linear too. There was zero decision making on the way here.
All right, so we're gonna wait out the gem here. We're gonna get that life 6 going into GP at 566, 567 on Chadbert's side.
Huh. He did have the option to take attack 6 there. I don't know how he got that, but he declined it and took life 6.
Okay, I looked away. I just assumed it was gonna be a life 6 there.
Yeah, I don't know how he got to 2,000 XP, but he did, and he's doing the quicker of the 2 routes. He walked right off the maze and straight into GP. 129.13 barrier up.
Yeah, I don't remember the first number. It was 127, so it's about 2 minutes here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that. He made up some time there. I think he was probably more than that behind. He had a very good P4. Chadbert, meanwhile, very safe so far against the Dragon Lord, playing the Pendulum. Not the Dragon Lord, the Thunderbird. Close thing.
Yeah, and these beginner runners are not going to be having like expert Thunderbird fights, so you know they could die. These could be game overs at this point for these runners, as Chadbert is just 1 hit away from a death.
Yeah, but this will be Chadbert's last life here. Coming out of this.
Valence immediately ferrying through these rooms. We did see the same moves on Chadbert's side, but yeah, we were just talking about this, where you got cheap fire fairy, you're just going to be burning it through a ton of these rooms to just go, go, go. Each of these runners probably not super familiar with every single room, so they're probably being a little cautious on where they want to burn it, because if they're not sure if there's a block or something in there that they need to cut through. More experienced runners will have these rooms memorized essentially, so they'll know exactly when and where to cast it. Dueling Thunderbird fights, though. We've got Chadbert got another 2. Okay, one more hit, and that'll be a game over for Chadbert then, as Valence takes that first death to restore resources. This is hot. This is spicy right here, baby.
Yeah, life 7 with shield spell is enough to tank 3 hits from Thunderbird, but unfortunately Chadbert taking 4 there. We'll see how life 4 does. A little more aggressive here, Valence. Yeah. Valence has been more aggressive than Chadbert in almost every combat situation tonight. Sometimes it's paid off, sometimes it's not. It looks like he will have the same thing. He can take 3 hits from the Thunderbird before we're going down.
Yeah, super aggressive, and then we have the aggressive fire from Thunderbird, putting in some really trolly spots, having to slow down Valence's attack here. Yeah,
it's really thrown off. He's trying to set the pendulum so he can get him at the lowest when he's standing in the center of the screen, and unfortunately having to go back and forth throws that pendulum off, and Valence hasn't connected a lot as of late.
What, 1 or 2 more hits here, it looks like.
Yeah, it should be 2. Oh, one shot left on his side. Oh, it's 3.
I think he's got it, though.
Oh, boy. If he didn't get that, that fireball was coming for his face.
You know, you can also do a partial soft lock there. If you die at the same time that Thunderbird dies, Thunderbird spawns the key drop as you come back into the room off screen, and you have to up an A.
All right, Chadbert back in here. He needs this one now. He's gonna have to take this death because he's low on magic again.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see at least one junction before we can see a Dark Link here.
There's the decision right there. There's a left and a right on Valence's side.
I wonder if we'll see a left on Chadbert's side.
Looks like waffles over lava with a fire chicken in the middle. Nothing crazy yet, but he does take a death. Valence is down to 1 life.
Yeah, if we can get through the fire chicken in the middle, it should just be another bubble on the other side, if I'm not mistaken, in this enemy set in this room. Just watching both runners here. Chadbert taking a few extra hits here. He's got 2 more hits left. I mean, on himself before he's takes a death.
Yeah, probably 5 or 6 left on Thunderbird here. It's 3. That's 3 left now. 3 shots to go. There's 1. Looks like he's safe across here. If he can get the double here, he's got it. There it is. He is through Thunderbird. He has 1 more life than Valence does right now.
Yeah.
But Valence is about 4 rooms ahead. Only the one decision tree exists, and it exists right past this room.
Yeah, plus Chadbert has no hits available to him, so he cannot take any damage. That life is effectively just to get him into exploration mode here.
Ooh, this blue focus.
Oh!
We do have a left here on Chadbert's side.
Oh! I'm loving it! This is... Oh, wow.
This will just be a passer, right? He's looking for an elevator or...
No, it is an elevator down on Chadbert's side, elevator up on Valence's side. Oh, he's got to walk the room again.
Just ferried at this point. Oh.
Valence
heading left, which means both. I mean, advantage Chadbert at this point.
Yeah, this is a very tough room too. Having to ferry through this, no lives left. Oh, lots of damage! Oh my god! Oh, it's a dead end.
Another decision tree for Chadbert on the left and the right here.
Oh no. Are they going to start back? Is it? Oh my god.
It's game over for both of them, yep. So they're both going the same direction at this point.
Well, Valence knows it's not right, and I hope Chadbert doesn't check that right because he's just going to spend as much time. He's got a little bit of time advantage at this point.
So Valence has about a quarter of a room lead on Chadbert right here.
This is amazing. This is exactly why you just cannot. You have to keep it in your head. Just keep it together and keep pushing through the seed. You know, left and rights in GP, you just don't know. But, you know, just keep playing. Obviously, no one's finished in the race room, right? You're looking over at that race room, you see no one's done. Just keep playing.
Yeah, my issue here is at this point, I'm checking the race room on every screen transition.
Yes.
And then I'm walking right into the foca that I forgot existed on the next screen.
Yeah, and if I'm accurate on my side, we did see the lead change there as Chadbert didn't get trolled nearly as much as Valence did walking through that room. Although I think we're just going to get a lead change here again. It's so close.
Yeah, I mean, this is within, I mean, looking at their timers, right? This is within just variance of stream delay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, yes. I wouldn't worry about too much about MOAs in GP. They tickle. Every other MOA in the game hits you like a truck, but the GP MOAs, they don't do any damage to you. I mean, obviously it's like a very sliver of health at this stage. It's negligible.
If the timers are to be believed, we've got a 4-second lead for Valence, but he drops through, and so does Chadbert.
What is happening? Our runners are falling apart at this stage.
We got the left for Valence. We knew he was going to go left. Chadbert to the right.
Wow, this is some tough rooms too.
We still have a decision ahead of ourselves for Valence. There's a left and a right once we go down that elevator.
Chadbert needs to blaze through these, but he's going to have to up an A
There's
again and go
Foca
back.
here. Valence makes it past.
This is an elevator down room on Valence's side. One more enemy.
The rope's not going to take him out.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's going to be a death. No, not getting through that on 0 health. He's got 2 more lives though, so if he casts shield and gets through here quick. Problem is here he can't ferry. He's got to get through these blocks.
Yeah, so in this room, a well-timed thunder will get you through that first set of enemies pretty quickly, but you never know what waits you in the second emoji here.
There's the bubble, and it looks like the focus aren't following, so. Dead end here. Got to go left.
Oh, wow.
Looks like this orange didn't spawn or fell off the map before he got to him last time.
Yeah, Chadbert in the difficult up and A room, and he's going to get through here, and he's going to go right through a curtain room and up into another difficult room. I hope he doesn't game over in this direction, so he at least sees this dead end. Valence has a lot of information right now, though. He's also in potential game over mode, though. Well, 1 life, but low health.
Yeah, he's got the extra life here. But there's focus everywhere, and both of these guys have been taking a little bit of a beating from the focus.
Yeah, I hope Chadbert does not die in this room because... Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. Slicing through like a pro. He can't... Oh, my God. This is shield worthy. Oh, dude, that's... Oh, what?
He got it done. He got the life cast off.
Oh, my God.
He's going to realize the dead end and up A. There he goes. Okay, Valence is progressing. I mean, I don't think it's it. I think there's more rooms to go. Another decision tree right here. Valence goes left again.
I can't believe this. This is so good. This is another elevator up room. We just saw the emojis don't. There's not a mirrored version of the emojis.
Brand new room here too. So this is new territory. No loops. This is a tough room to clear. I don't know if he's getting through this. Oh, get up there. Oh, he's taking a death. He's got 1 life left. He's got to shield early and be ready.
Yeah, these are not really friendly rooms, but this is semifinals, and I know this can be really frustrating as a newer runner, but man, is this is great as commentary and audience, I'm sure. Because they're doing it. I mean, they're managing this, right? And this is ultimately what Z2R can throw at you.
Yep, another left here. Oh, geez, another one of these rooms. They're so tight. Get him in the lava. Keep going.
Wow, dude.
More. He somehow dodges all of that. Damageless through that room. And sometimes GP just has rooms with no enemies.
Could be a Moa here at the end. Off screen slightly. Or there could be no... Oh my... Okay. Is that worth the up and A? I think that's an up and A. He's got to go back through this fun room. This is so there are some rooms in GP. There's a lot of rooms that have small enemies in them. In fact, most of the rooms have small enemies in them, and there aren't a lot of large enemies in GP and vanilla. But we're playing with a flag turned on called mix large and small enemies, and so any large enemy may end up small or stay large, and any small enemy may stay small or end up large. And so we're seeing a lot of large enemies right here that got mixed in, and yeah, and they just happen to be some of the most difficult enemies, combinations of. Chadbert left. It's the first left after Thunderbird here.
Yep, he knows this one.
So he needs to go left, right, is it?
Game over Valence there. Yeah, I believe it is left, right.
Because Valence knows that now, and Chadbert was probably gonna have to luck his way into this unless Valence gets absolutely trolled.
He goes right.
Here. I forget how.
We're about 12 minutes, 13 minutes into GP so far.
Yeah, about I guess 14 on Chadbert's side. He walked in 127.
Is this? I don't remember this room.
Oh.
Did we miss this? This is new. I don't think anybody's gone right on this.
No.
This is the third junction. That's the dead end. So we did not see the up, did we?
I don't remember seeing the up. I could have missed it.
I remember
though.
those. I remember those blocks, but that might have been a different, another one of those rooms, right? There's 3 or 4 of those rooms in GP, but. Playing Asteroids here instead of Zelda 2
Nice,
on this
yeah.
screen.
Oh, every single one of these fun rooms. This is what I was getting at, is that in vanilla, this is a vanilla version of the room. It's called a fun room because when it gets mixed with large enemies, stuff like this happens. But the other variant we've been seeing with the tight little tunnel, that's a community room of kind of a redesign of the fun room from vanilla. So, yeah, a lot of these rooms here in this GP. But this is an elevator down, and I don't know where this goes.
Yeah, this is not a loop that we've seen because we haven't seen that enemy set on the tail end. Another elevator. Valence is coming back just past. There it is. Oh,
Wow, it was right there.
I mean, it's a little more than right there. That's the third junction, but holy cow!
Well, I thought Valence. No, Valence took 2 lefts. He didn't even check that right. That's right.
I think this is on the third junction. Valence went straight left.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's right. That's right. He just went straight left. I mean, it's a play, right? It's a play.
Yeah, Chadbert is 5 sword swings away from making it to the finals to face off against the winner of the other semi over there. Just tomorrow night, right?
Yes. This was an incredible race. I mean, they're going to hate watching this back if either one of them watches back because it's just going to be simply watching yourself bumble around like a dummy. But, man, it's going to feel good.
There it is, guys. With a finishing time of 1:43.20 something. Chadbert's your winner, advancing to the finals. Get your GGs out for Chadbert.
Yeah, what a seed. What a GP. I'm so glad we got to see a GP like this. And I'm glad it wasn't too, like this, some people will look at this as a very difficult GP, and it was rough for our newer runners, but dare I say it can be even more difficult. And I'm glad it wasn't too harsh to them.
Valence right here. Valence is 2 rooms away.
Yeah.
The 2-minute difference entering into GP is going to be a 2-minute difference finishing the game.
These are the races you want to see, man. I hate the races where one person gets blown out. Obviously, that happens from time to time. Someone misses something, and it could have easily happened here tonight because each of our runners missed a pretty big piece of the puzzle. And yeah, welcoming in Chadbert with the GG.
Thank you. I got so lost for so long and then beaten up in GP.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems like it's kind of become your thing in these playoffs so far to spend 20 minutes in Death Mountain for no good reason.
I missed the cave in the Swamp of Doom the first time through. So my thought was that it was almost certainly in Death Mountain. So I checked every cave. Every one.
Twice.
At least this
I
time.
think.
Yes. Well, yeah. But I was just going through. I'm like, I did this one, I did this one, I did this one, I did this one.
Yeah,
No, I mean, I think we actually commended you for that because honestly, we mentioned that both of us would get so frustrated in situations like this because even veteran runners of this game kind of get frustrated when they can't find the answer, and we get stuck in these loops, and you just kept plugging away. With that, meanwhile, though, Valence is going to be finishing up that race. He is GG'd with a time of 1:45.35. So get your GGs out in chat for Valence. Just a mere 2 minutes behind.
Also joining us here in the booth, GG Valence.
GG's Chadbert.
GG.
If I only didn't risk taking that second left and just went right, it might have been closer.
Okay, yeah, I was pretty far behind because I did another 20-minute dig of Death Mountain. Because the first time through the west, I missed the cave, the boulder blocked cave in the swamp.
Oh, for Maze Island.
Yep. So I had no idea where Maze Island was. I was completely done with everything else. And hunting for Maze Island, I spent 20 minutes in Death Mountain again.
So Chadbert, that's what you missed. Valence, did you? I mean, obviously you found Mito and that whole southeast of the west. what, an hour and 25 minutes in?
Yeah, an embarrassing long time it took me, because I thought everything was like P3 and Mito and all that was boots locked. So I was just like, all right, I got to find the boots. Oh, they're not in Spelltown. They're not in Tower. Grandma doesn't have it. Maze Island doesn't have it. I went into P4 when I didn't have Reflect, just to be like, what if boots are here? And then I'm all like, jump cave, dude. You have fairy.
Yeah.
I even told myself you should mark jump cave, and then I'm like, nah, man, you're good. You'll remember it. And it dropped out of my mind until I went back through Saria, and I'm like, oh my god, jump cave. Oh no.
Yeah, jump cave's one way to get there. The other way to get there, which I don't think either of you realized for a while, was just walk 2 screens right from the starting palace.
Just walk through the southern swamp of Doom, and you can make it there. Yes, I realized that after I found it through Jump Cave.
And I didn't even find Death Mountain. I was just like, I hope nothing's in Death Mountain. I have no idea where that is.
It's Raft, which the key was under the map. The Raft was in the palace right next to the Raft tile.
Well, I didn't get Raft until the very end. I didn't even take the Raft because I'm like, I'm done. I have Reflect. I can do 3 and 4, then go into Grand Palace at that point. But yeah, I was not happy at the beginning with a Bagu block. I'm like, am I seriously looking through forests now? Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah, and in reality, I mean, we thought Bagu block was real here too, and it wasn't. I mean, all you had to do was walk east from the starts and grab the free boots, and somehow neither one of you ended up going east.
I thought I did. I thought it was all surrounded by water where the jump town was, and oh god.
Yeah, the pattern of the mountain there just made it look like, as you followed the mountain, it looked like your brain just said it's cut off. So I didn't go right.
Yeah, and overall, that's, I mean, you each, like Valence, again, you saw the boulder blocked cave, you had the hammer, and then you eventually checked there, saw it was Maze Island, and then you were stuck clearing everything looking for these boots, completely missing the southeast section of the west, and then Chadbert found that much earlier, but missed the boulder blocked cave to Maze Island, and you both were missing these 2 very large pieces to the puzzle, and that is what all this time was spent doing for probably a third of this race, maybe 25% of the race. And then when you walked into GP, Chadbert got in there 127 and some change, and Valence, you walked in 129 and some change. And
ooh, okay.
Yeah, thanks to Chadbert took a game over on the first attempt of Thunderbird that put you in the lead from there. And then it went back and forth as you both kind of picked left and rights along the way and took damage, got hit, took deaths, et cetera, et cetera. So it was back and forth, and we were going crazy, especially with the enemy sets in this GP here that were very challenging, very, very damaging.
Well, I mean, judging by the time, I'm just very glad that it was close, because I was like, why isn't this done? Why isn't he done? Why isn't he done? What's happening? Why is this going on?
In this lust misery.
I thought I was going to get done while I was doing P3 or something. I'm like, oh man, I didn't even get to GP.
So in GP, I felt very behind, and I just started taking lefts. What did you end up doing, Valence?
I mean, when I went in there, I did the normal stuff, go to the right, and kept finding either fallen pits or whatever, just dead ends. And then, the left was the correct way. So I think it went right, then left, and then right was the correct way. But I went right, and then I went right again, and then I went left, because I'm like, you should have just gone left. And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to go left this time. And I went left again. That was a dead end, and then right was the correct way. So I don't feel like I full cleared it, but I felt like I looked at a lot of GP.
Yeah, I'd say overall you saw more of GP. You saw that one left route, whereas Chadbert did not get a chance to see any of that.
Just right from the start.
Yeah, it's-
shoutouts to P2 and P5 for being immediate bosses.
Yeah, that was but at the time, like I couldn't even really be thankful because it's like I still gotta dig items because I still have no idea where I need to go. So some of those were a little annoying, but yeah, having them be instant was nice.
But yeah, I don't know. A lot of back and forth. Hard to tell who was ahead for a chunk of this. As we tend to say, the gem count isn't exactly the full picture. Exploration, overworld knowledge, even something like palace routing. Whereas Valence, you went into 4 to get the item out of there, thinking that it might have been the boost. It was just a pea bag at the end of the day.
Just a pea bag.
Yeah, and then when Chadbert went in there, he obviously didn't full clear it, but you did hit the dead end, and then you had to come back, and P4 was not fast for Chadbert, but when you went back in Valence, you knew exactly where you needed to go. So not that you necessarily saved time, but just some of that knowledge helped speed things up when you were trying to catch back up there.
Yeah.
But overall, pretty interesting seed. Some of that stuff was absolutely free, and you don't know it until the end, and then you tend to kick yourself, and you're like, that was there the whole time. But again, both of you missing a very large chunk of the puzzle kept this race very, very close. Very close, like we talked about, 2-minute difference to GP.
Yeah,
So-
I felt like I should have been able to get an hour 15 on that, but
I was gonna say it should have ended a half an hour ago.
yep.
That's why you race your opponent in the head-to-heads, right? Not the seed, and that's why you both took different routes to get there, and you converged within 2 minutes of each other. But I'm sure neither of you felt great about the run. But at the end of the day, it was close enough that we put on a really good show out here for the ZSR community. So
Excellent.
congratulations both of you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna
thanks.
say
GG's Chadbert.
GG.
Good luck to you in the finals.
Thank you. I'm gonna say in FFR #NeverIce, Z1R #Never7, Z2R #NeverDeathMount ever again.
I would say if you
I'm glad I
spend
didn't find-
20 minutes in Death Mountain on the final seed, I think we're all in trouble. You will be taking on the winner of Aaron 2U2 and Vix Rider, which will be on likely on one of the ZSR family of networks tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So looking forward to that one. That is the other semifinal. Again, Aaron 2U2 against Vix Rider tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Look for an announcement somewhere in the Z2R Discord as to what channel that's getting picked up on.
Yeah, and that's going to be it from me. Chadbert, you're moving on. Valence is a farewell. I guess maybe final thoughts from Valence here as you part ways with the Upstarts tournament. How was this from your perspective?
Oh, I mean, this was a whole lot of fun. I mean, I was super nervous during the live races, just because that's kind of a new thing for me. But other than that, I mean, it's just a lot of fun, and this is a great community that was shown to me. Thanks, Tiber. But yeah, I definitely don't regret it. I don't regret this run. I mean, I wish it was better, but I'm glad it was close. And like Chadbert has been super solid this whole tournament. I don't know how many weeks he won during the pre-bracket stage, but I'm just glad I gave him a game. Just glad. I mean, maybe next time.
It was 2 minutes. You can definitely do it. You beat me some weeks.
All right. Well, I think that's it from me. Big Slammer, any final thoughts?
No, I mean, obviously, thanks to TAH for putting this all together and all the work that gets done in the community around him. Like I said earlier, standard tournament signups are open. So if you haven't gotten enough Z2R yet, make sure you jump in there, get signed up. The flags are very similar to what we just ran tonight. So if you liked what you saw tonight, or at least could tolerate it, I would recommend signing up and giving it a shot. Thanks again for ZSR for always being a willing host and always giving us a place to showcase these great runners. So
It's always a pleasure to put things on, especially with what an excellent match we had there. So we're incredibly grateful to everyone for putting that all together. That is going to do it for us for the moment. So once again, GG's to both Chadbert and to Valence for the excellent matchup there. Be sure to give them both a follow. All the information is in chat there. Thank you to Mariah and to Big Slammer, who joined us a little bit later on in the match there for the excellent commentary, and to J-Lo for the tracking. Be sure to give them all a follow as well. As Slammer alluded to, we have the other semi-final matchup between Vix Rider and Aaron2U2 coming up tomorrow or today, depending on your time zone, at 8 o'clock Eastern. We're still working out the channels for that, so keep an eye on the schedule for more information about that. If you're looking for more tournament action, we have got quite a lot of it coming up over the weekend here on ZSR as we start entering into tournament season. If you're into your Wind Waker randomizer, we have the Season 6 tournament qualifier number 3 happening at about 12 o'clock Eastern on Friday. On 7 o'clock Eastern on Friday, we have got the Majora's Mask Randomizer Standard Tournament Season 4 Qualifier number 4, and Qualifier number 5, also in the Majora's Mask Randomizer Standard Tournament, is happening 9 a.m. Eastern on Saturday. Details on channels and all that will be posted when we work it all out. All that information will be on the schedule, so be sure to go ahead and check all that out. For the moment, though, we are just going to go ahead and sign off and let everyone get on with their day, night, time zone, whatever is happening. So, yeah, on that note, thank you so much for watching. My name is Psychonaut, and have a fantastic rest of your time zone. Bye-bye now.